Hey everyone, it's Bri. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the Shimmers Paints Color Kits team, and I am working with the December 2021 color kit, and I'm just going to go through it quickly with you right now. This is a Vibes in Wild Spruce, and it's a brand new color, and it's this really deep, gorgeous green with some gold undertones. Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. We also get a Shimmers in Berrylicious. This is another new one. This is a Shimmers in Amazement, and I'll open it up. And I'll actually go back to Berrylicious, and I'll open it so you guys can take a look at what's inside. So Shimmers are the original colors, and they already have liquid in them, so you just have to give them a quick stir to get all the sparkle up from the bottom, and they are so sparkly and shimmery. So here is that Berrylicious. It's this really pretty, like, purpley cranberry, I guess you could maybe say. It is just, it's stunning. It's so pretty. So much shimmer in the original Shimmers. Okay, we also get an Inklings in, no, actually, I take it back. Okay, this is not in the kit. The kit actually has Crimson Tide Shimmers, so disregard this one. This was just in my kit, so I'm going to work with it. But you do get a Shimmers in Crimson Tide, and it is a really pretty deep red. This is the final color. This is another new color. It's called Black Cherry Soda, and that's another Shimmers, and it is a very deep red with a little bit of black mixed in with it. There are the exclusive dots, and then this snowflake stencil, and then here is the cut file. I just actually cut it twice. I cut it the original size. Actually, I believe I sized it down just a little bit, and then I duplicated it and cut it again because I had an idea of layering it to the left of my page. So what I'm doing right now is I've prepped a piece of white cardstock with some gesso, and then I'm going to take the stencil and I'm going to push my Versamark ink pad through the stencil to do a little bit of embossing. Now, I got some new embossing powders from a scrapbook garage sale that I went to, and I really wanted to use it, and one was like glittery pink, and it's so pretty. You'll see it here. Like, it's a really soft pink, and I thought it would be really nice mixed with the Black Cherry Soda and the Berrylicious. So that's why I chose the pink, and you'll see here that when I do add the color, it's going to resist and it's going to look really pretty. Maybe next time I'll just stick with normal white embossing powder, which I usually use, but I really wanted extra sparkle because, I mean, who doesn't like sparkle? So that's why I went with this one. But you can't really see it unless it's up close. And you'll see it like in the close-ups that those snowflakes are in fact there. So I'm just going to quickly take my heat gun to each snowflake to melt that embossing powder, and it's like magic. You'll see here, and it is just so much fun. So I set that aside, and I'm going to work on coloring up the cut file. This is an exclusive cut file. What is it called? It's just snowflake with leaves. I think that's what they call it. I'm just taking the greens from the kit. So I have Amazement, I have Wild Spruce, and then I have Blue Spruce. Now, y'all are getting the Crimson Tide, so you could totally go back in and paint yours with the red. You can have your Crimson Tide as your background. You can do splatters. You can do a number of things. But bringing in that red will definitely make it a little, more Christmassy or holiday-ish. So I painted that one, and then what I'm going to do is, since I had paint on my glass mat, I'm just going to go ahead and take the other piece and do some smushing directly into the color, and then I'll take my paintbrush and I will pull in any other colors that I want. This just kind of creates liquid already on there, so when I do choose to bring in other colors, it'll run and blend and add more interest to each of them. So this one, I'm just going to go ahead and paint directly on like I did the first one. I'm reaching for the Amazement because that is super shimmery. So I'm starting off with that and then adding the deeper tones and deeper colors to create, interest and depth and to make it super pretty. Now that Wild Spruce, that Vibes, you could tell, like, it is super dark and super rich, and it is really pretty. Okay, so I'm going back to my background here, and like I said before, I wanted the snowflake cut files to be layered up on the left-hand side. So I wanted to bring in the Berrylicious and Black Cherry Soda as like a subtle background. And you could see how dark these colors are, and they're so pretty. So I'm just loosely painting on these colors. I'm taking some clean water, spraying it on my paper just to let them run and blend. I will go in with some splatters using Black Cherry Soda. and just loosely paint. And you can see that since I embossed it, that it is resisting the paint, but you can tell that my snowflakes do unfortunately get a little bit lost. I mean, when you actually hold it in person, you can totally see it, but and see there, this is dried, so you can see it, but in the photo, like the main photo, they kind of get lost, and I'm kind of sad about that. But I had to try it. I like glitter, I like shimmer, and I wanted to try something different by doing some resist with embossing powder. All right, so there are all my little dried cut files and my dried background. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere all of my cut file pieces down, and I don't add foam tape to any of them. I went ahead and glued down the large one, and then I'm going to layer the smaller one underneath it, and then under the first large one, I'm going to do the smaller one, and then the last large one. So it's just a fun little layer, and then I've got my photo backed with a couple of pocket life cards that I have from my stash, and I pulled in some of the Snowflake collection by Crate Paper. That's an older line, and then I had some exclusives from Hip Kit Club from a couple years back from their holiday kits, and I'm just pulling in some of those. I didn't really have a collection in mind, and then I was just going through my stash and I found these, and it happened to match the colors pretty nicely. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and start adhering things down. I usually start with the dots to create my embellishment clusters. I base my clusters on the dots. I do like to try to use all three on a page, and that's where I'm starting. So I have Cozy Home down, and I added some of the, a honey colored thread underneath it. And I pulled a few of these tags from that Crate Paper Snowflake collection. So one, I added some, what is that? Jute twine, and then this the little dome with the bird that's got some twine with a beige color, and then I have some of that mustard lace through this little snowflake piece. So I wanted more texture and interest. I did think about running that left side through my sewing machine, but I didn't want to have the cut file put down. I wanted it to be fluffy and all of the layers to be shown. I didn't want to restrict them, so I didn't sew through it. So that's why I added all the other elements of the trim. I adhered my little snowman dot with some mint thread underneath him, and then the oh dear dot with some pink thread underneath that one. And now I'm just adhering things down, adding my title, and that's about it. So here you can just see all of the layers, all of the sparkle. There's those snowflakes with the embossing powder. The cut file was so fun to paint and super easy to use. But thank you so much for watching, commenting, and subscribing. And don't forget, if you place any order with shimmers in the future or right now, just add my name to the notes comment section of your order and you'll receive a free gift. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.